Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to
Oh, you didn't know?
with Tony Reavis.
What up, everybody? If you don't know, I am Tony Reavis, and welcome back to another episode of Oh, You Didn't Know with Tony Reavis. That's me. We're back. What up? Episode 13. Unlucky 13. Yikes. No, but it's an awesome episode. Trust me. I got to make up for last week because I didn't have an episode because it was Thanksgiving and I didn't want to rush one out and just do a terrible episode. So there was none last week, but we're back, baby. We're back. Episode 13's finally here. I'm so excited. Have an awesome episode for you. I have an awesome guest that I want to just talk about straight out. Courtney Edwards, fitness guru. She's incredible. I have an awesome conversation with her about her fitness journey that she's on, getting ready to do some bikini competitions and that kind of stuff. She's a personal trainer, gives a lot of good insight about getting healthy, always has a positive message on Instagram and sharing fitness tips and that stuff. We have a great conversation, so make sure you stay tuned for that. It's killer. But yeah, we're back. How you guys doing? I hope you guys had an awesome Thanksgiving. Hope you guys had a good Black Friday. If you went out and went shopping and you didn't get trampled and you stayed safe, you got some good deals, you got maybe some Christmas presents for your family, your friends. I hope you guys had a great week. I missed you guys last week. I really did. I missed you guys. You're like my little family. But I'm so glad to be back. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks you guys for tuning in here on youtube.com/iamTonyReavis or soundcloud.com/OYDK podcast. Or if you're listening to us on iTunes, I love you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you stay tuned for all the episodes when they pop up, and subscribe on YouTube for the podcast and all my other videos I got going on. Yeah, hope you guys had a good week. I had an awesome week. Had a big announcement last Friday, on Black Friday, that I've been talking about here on the podcast for a while. The new channel. I'm a part of a new channel. My buddy Jeff Dye. What up, Jeff? Good brother over there. We're doing some gaming videos over on his channel. It's gonna be awesome. 2-man gaming team. It's gonna be fun. I hope you guys saw the announcement trailer. If not, I'll link it in the description. You can go watch that. Kind of, just a little announcement of our channel we got going on. It's not technically a new channel because it's over on Jeff's channel, but it's kind of like a subsection of his channel. That's how we're treating it. So I'm really excited for that. It's been fun, working with Jeff and having fun playing some games. And the vibe of the whole thing is, we're two chill dudes. And it's about, we're playing some games and you're hanging out with us, just chilling. It's like you're on the couch hanging out with us. That's the vibe. There's a lot of gaming channels out there. And, everyone gets all crazy. And, we get angry a little bit when we lose, but nothing crazy. We're just having two bros having a good time. We're friends. And that's the goal. That's the goal. Some of these channels, they just yell at each other the whole time, and we don't do that. We're just buddies hanging out, playing video games, and we want you to join us. So make sure you click that link in the description so you can see the announcement trailer and subscribe to Jeff's channel so you can, follow us along on our new journey. Starting tomorrow, December 1st, Friday, December 1st, first episode's coming out. You're not going to want to miss it. We're playing awesome games. We're having a good time. You're going to want to be there. So definitely check that out. It's been fun, man. And I'm still doing my stuff. I'm still doing the podcast. I'm still doing my gaming videos and that kind of stuff. So, you're not going to miss out on anything, but it was awesome to finally announce that. I've been kind of alluding to a new project I was working on for a while, and it's good to finally have it out and be able to talk about it and announce it. So make sure you guys check that out. What else? What else is going on, people? Fantasy football is a bummer. I'm eliminated thanks to Danny, who I know is listening right now. So if you're listening, Danny, I hate you. He knocked me out of the season because I lost to him 2 weeks ago. I know he's very excited about that, and he's so happy to hear me talking about it on my podcast. So enjoy, your 5 minutes right now. Next time I see you, I'm just going to straight up punch you for real. So, enjoy. But, yeah, fantasy football is a bummer. I'm in 2 leagues. One of my other leagues, I'm still in the playoffs. But the league I really care about, the league I've been in for years, I haven't missed the playoffs in like 6 years. I missed the playoffs for the first year, and it's a tough pill to swallow. So I know Danny's very excited about it. So congrats, Danny. I'm talking about it on the podcast. Enjoy. I'm answering your question, Danny. He sent me a question to ask my mom. He needs some advice from Mama Bear. So I am going to ask my mom. So stay tuned to the end of the podcast after the interview when I call my mom. We're going to go over your scenario you went over with us, and she's going to give you a solution. It's a great question he asked. Shout out to you, Danny, for asking a great question. You're not going to miss the solution that my mom has. She's a genius. So stay tuned for that. But I'm just hanging out, guys. I've had a chill week. Thanksgiving, I had some days off. It was nice just to hang out. I'm excited to go home for Christmas. It's almost Christmas, and I finally got my plane tickets ready to go. I'm packing my bags, not yet because it's still a few weeks away, but it's only that, a few weeks away. It's like 3 weeks, and I'm home. So I'm super excited. My mom books my travel. She's like my secretary. So I'm like, oh, I can't handle this. I'm too busy. I'm too busy of a person. I can't book my own travel. So I need you to take care of it. These are the dates that I want to come home and I can do it. Take care of it, secretary woman. That's what I say. I don't say that. My mom would slap me if I said that. But she takes care of it. And she booked the travel, but she needed to put my travel miles number on there so I can get the miles because, you got to get your miles. And I don't know it off the top of my head because I don't book the travel. That's mom's job. So she was like, send me the number, send me the miles number, and, we can add it on there. So I go to the airline website to try to log in and get my miles number. And why does every website in existence have a different set of rules for their passwords? You know what I mean? Like, why can't we have a universal set? Does this, I always have to think, because I use the same password for almost everything, just with slight variations depending on the website. Some websites, you can just 6 characters. That's it. Boom. Some of them, 8 characters. Okay. Some of them, you need a capital letter, you need a number, you need a symbol. Like, what? It's like Fort Knox just trying to get into my airline website. It's ridiculous. I can't remember all these passwords. I have so many different passwords for different sites to pay bills, to do all this stuff. Really, is someone going to hack in and steal my password to where I pay my bills? What are they going to do? Pay them for me? Please do. Would love it. Please hack into my bill pay and pay my bills. It's unreal. It's crazy. Can we just have a uniform set of rules so I can have one password and that's it? I've never lost my password. I've never had it be hacked. No one's ever stolen my password. So if I use it for everything, whatever. No one knows it but me. But instead, I have to always hit lost my password. They send me an email, and then I have to answer riddles and prove I'm not a robot by selecting, which squares have vehicles in it. What? Come on. It's ridiculous. And the worst thing is this was a year ago. I was trying to get into my PlayStation network thing, and it was a really old email that I used when I first signed up for PlayStation back in the day. And I don't use this email anymore. And I had to get in there to find a code or whatever, so I had to get into my old email, an old Hotmail email account. That's how old it was, Hotmail. And I don't remember my password for Hotmail. So I had to do lost password. They sent it to my current email, the security questions. And dumb little Tony couldn't be smart about it and choose something that's going to be true forever, like my mom's maiden name or something like that. Or what elementary school did you go to? No, I couldn't choose a universal truth as my security question. I had to do some the questions that were who knows what it was. It was what's your favorite movie? Well, I don't know. I set this email up when I was 12. So I have to incept myself back into 12-year-old Tony and be like, okay, when I was 12 and dumb, what was my favorite movie that I would have used as my security question here? So then I got to take myself back, like, okay, let's go back to 2002 and figure out what movies were out, what movies did I like, and what did I put as a stupid, dumb answer? You got served or something stupid. Ridiculous. I couldn't just be like, what was your first pet's name? Because that doesn't change. Ask me tomorrow what my favorite movie is. It might be different than what I'll tell you today. It's ridiculous. But this whole thing wouldn't have to happen if we could just have a uniform set of rules on what your password is. So I wouldn't have to change my password every 5 minutes. Every time I log in to pay my student loan, I have to change my password because I forget what it is. It's a pain. Ugh. Anyone else have this problem? Am I the only one? Am I the only one that gets annoyed? And then at work, it's like our computers make us change our password like every 4 weeks. I'm like, I'm running out of passwords, creative passwords to think of. Or I'm going to forget what I put. I'm not going to be able to work. Is that what you want? You don't want me to work? You want me to sit there all day? Hey, if you're going to pay me, just sit there all day because I can't log in. That's fine. That's fine. You know. No, but seriously, let's figure this out. It's 2017, okay? Can we be intuitive enough to, like, you know, we don't need different rules. I don't want to have to, you know, put in a barcode number just to log into my email account. It's ridiculous. It's unreal. You got to have an uppercase, then a lowercase, then 3 numbers, and then a symbol. Stupid. Frustrating. Anyways, I booked my flights. I got the number. Oh, but then it was like, oh, you failed too many times, so you're locked out of your account. So I'm just sitting there on my thumbs, waiting for my account to be unlocked so I can log in after I changed my password. Now I got to sit and wait to be allowed to use it. Like, I just changed the password. Obviously, I should have access. It's me. It's ridiculous. It's unreal. Another thing is Sony, I'm talking to you. You email me like every week telling me to change my password on PlayStation because someone out there is trying to hack me. Knock it off. Whoever's out there trying to hack my PlayStation account. I don't have any money in there. Just stop it. Every week I get an email. Change your password. Change your password. Change your password. Why? Why is there so many scammers? Why is there so many scammers out there? Credit cards and the scammers. Why? So many. You know what I do love, though, is those people that call, like, that are like, oh, we're the IRS, and, like, you're going to get arrested if you don't send us money. But then they try to have you send them, like, Walmart gift cards. Have you seen those videos where, like, the prank callers, like, not prank callers, but they, like, waste their time and act like they're naive and like, oh, okay, I'll do it. And they're just messing with them. That's awesome. I love that. But why is there so many people scamming? Why you got to scam? Don't be a scam artist. Leave my PlayStation alone. That's my campaign slogan for 2018. Leave my PlayStation alone. That's what I say. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm getting so far down a rabbit hole right now. I have no idea. This all came from, I'm excited to come home for Christmas. That's what I was originally talking about. I'm so excited. It's that time of year where we can't argue about it. Put up your tree. We've talked about it for weeks. Now it doesn't matter. Put up your tree. Let's celebrate. Put up your Christmas lights. Watch The Grinch. Watch Rudolph. You know, all the dudes are shaving their beards off. I'm not, because mine's a staple. It's part of the brand, baby. This beard is part of the brand. It's not for No Shave November. But my best friend Dane, shout out to you, Dane, because you grew a gnarly November beard. Hard to see that one go. That was crazy. Crazy beard. Good on you, man. Yeah, but my beard's here to stay. But it's Christmas. I'm excited. Starting to drink hot chocolate and watch Christmas films. The Grinch is my favorite film. Don't watch The Grinch with me. Do not watch The Grinch with me. I'm super annoying when I watch The Grinch. I realize this because I've seen it so many times. I know every line. and I'll just sit there and recite the movie as it's happening, and you'll want to punch me in the face. So just don't watch it with me. That's the answer. Excited to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. Still a little too early for me. You know, I might watch it Friday, December 1st. I might kick off the 25 days of Christmas. You know what I mean? But I'm excited to get home. It's too hot here. It was 90-something degrees on Thanksgiving in Los Angeles. Get out of town. Ridiculous. Why is it so hot still? It's cooling off now. A few nights ago, I was like freezing trying to sleep because I left a window open on accident. And it was like too far away. It was in the living room to like go close it. You know how you get there? Or I'm just like, oh, I'm in bed. I don't want to move. Yeah, I didn't want to shut the window. So I was like, I'm just going to sit here and freeze and be uncomfortable all night. That's the answer. That's the answer. But yeah, it was so hot. I'm excited to get home where it's nice and cool. Hoping for a little snow. I know I'm probably the only one, but I'm hoping for some snow when I'm home. White Christmas. I'd be down. Snowball fight. It's happening. If it snows, snowball fight. I challenge anyone in the Northwest. If you're there and you want a snowball fight, come see me. I got a big yard. We'll set up bunkers, draw battle lines, and we'll go to town. We'll do it. We'll go sledding afterwards. You know, whoever wins, whoever loses, it's fine. We'll shake hands afterwards. We'll go sledding. There's a lot of hills by me. We'll get them saucers and go on down these hills and laugh and play, and then we'll drink some hot cocoa and eat toast afterwards. It'll be a good time. So you know where to find me if you're down. If you're down, you know where to find me. Let's do it. If it snows, it's on. Seattle, talking to you. Yeah, that's it, man. I'm all over the place. This podcast, I'm all over the place. It's been a crazy week of Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Who doesn't love Thanksgiving, right? Hope you guys ate a lot of turkey. I hope you guys had potatoes. I don't like sweet potatoes. Fight me. I don't like them. I hope you had pie. Hope you enjoyed your family or your friends who you're with. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. I had a good Thanksgiving. I didn't really do anything. You know, being away from home is tough on Thanksgiving, but I'm excited because I get to go home for Christmas. I'm going home for a good chunk of change. A good amount of days in Seattle in my near future. I'm excited about that. Get to see the fam. Get to see my bros. You know, my friends and my family and hang out. It's the best time of the year. Truly is the best time of the year. I love the holiday season. I love it. I love it so much. I get to watch the Seahawks at home, which is always fun because we go crazy and yell at the TV. It's weird. When I watch by myself, I'm very positive. Very, very positive. I'm watching by myself. But if I'm with other people, like if I'm with my family and my mom is screaming at the TV or my dad or my brothers are like screaming at the TV, I'll start screaming too. And I'll like, you know, it gets me on edge. When I'm just watching by myself, I'm hanging out, you know, I'm not really on edge because I'm just like, I always feel like we can win. And I'm just always positive. But something about having other people scream that gets my blood pressure going. You know what I mean? We got a big one this Sunday. Bringing you back, Danny. Eagles, Hawks. You're going down, brother. Hopefully. I mean, you guys are playing real well, but who knows? Anything can happen. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to Jeff and Tony play. Episode 1 tomorrow. Make sure you guys check that out, guys. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. If you guys don't know, Jeff Dye, he's an awesome dude. He's a good friend, but he's a killer comic. He's all over TV, TV personality. He's got a show on NBC called Better Late Than Never. Season 2 is coming out soon. So definitely check that out. He was on The Tonight Show, doing stand-up on The Tonight Show, guys. That's a big deal. That's big potatoes right there. That's awesome. It was so cool to see him do that. I was last year, I think. But yeah, we're doing a new channel. We're just hanging out, playing games. I'm excited. So, you know, make sure you guys check that out. First episode's coming out tomorrow, December 1st, Friday, December 1st. And lots of content. Lots of content coming out. Jeff and Tony play. We're playing different games. We're playing Donkey Kong Country. throwback for all the people into retro games on the Super Nintendo. Y'all know what that was. So good. We're playing that. We're playing WWF, No Mercy, back when it was WWF still. And there's Lilu making her cameo. Hey, shut up! I'm recording a podcast! Shut up! Sorry you had to hear that. But yeah, it's a good time. So make sure you go to that channel. I'll put the link in the description, like I said. Subscribe. Hey! Cool it! I'll put the link in the description so you can subscribe to Jeff's channel and watch our videos that we got coming out. Make sure you guys, like I said, you're subscribing to youtube.com/iamTonyReavis. That's my channel because I still got videos going. I still got videos coming out all the time. I got the podcast. If you're watching it here, awesome. I'm going to have new assets coming out 2018. It's going to have a new look. I went and did a photo shoot with my buddy Brent. Shout out to you, Brent. Have new assets. Everything's going to be looking better in 2018. I'm excited. So subscribe there. Also, if you're on iTunes or SoundCloud, make sure you subscribe and, rate and review, like leave a comment and 5 stars and all that good stuff. It's really cool. Makes me feel good about myself. No, but it just really helps. Kind of gets, it helps, get more eyes on the product. When you rate and review, it's more likely to show up in people's feeds and stuff. So, but yeah, I'm just so glad you guys are here. I have an awesome guest, like I said, Courtney Edwards, going to do this interview. She's amazing, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Then I'm going to call my mom, like always. We're going to talk, we're going to chat, and, do the damn thing. So make sure you guys subscribe. I love you guys so much for listening. Stay tuned. We have Courtney Edwards interview coming right now. All right, everybody, welcome back to the podcast. I got a very special guest, very excited. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Courtney Edwards to the podcast. Hey, Courtney, thanks for coming by.
Hi.
Courtney, yeah, this is an awesome podcast for me because it's a little different than normal. Usually, I've had actors on, I've had musicians on, I've had comedians on. And now I have a fitness guru on. That's what I'm going to call you. Just by following your Instagram and everything like that, you can really learn a lot from Courtney. But hey, Courtney, thanks for coming by.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. When you messaged me, I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. So go ahead and just introduce yourself, what you do, and
Okay. Well, I'm Courtney. Hi. Nice to meet everyone. You can't say hi back on this one. But I do, I'm a personal trainer, and I am also a sponsored athlete. I am a bikini competitor for bodybuilding competitions. All around advice giver, positive thinker. I don't know. I do a lot of things.
Yeah. Right.
It's a lot. So.
Yeah, definitely. And the positive thinker thing, I'm glad you really said that because that was the thing that stood out to me most about just following you on Instagram and things like that is you always have a positive message, which I think is awesome. And I've seen you for a while. We've known each other for a while, and seeing this is all pretty recent for you, right?
Yeah, within the last I would say about a year. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really cool to see, I'm always a big believer in, do what you want to do. If you have a passion for something, go for it. It's never too late. I'm living in LA and I'm doing this whole acting thing, and I didn't start acting until my third year of college, which is later than a lot of people. I came down to.
I remember that. I remember you doing something like that.
Yeah.
I known each other for a long time. I think it's been 7 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I came to the theater school that I was at, I was 3 years older than everybody, but I was I don't care. It was cool to find what I really loved, and it seems like you've done that. Yes.
Somehow my journey in life just took me a lot of different ways, and then about a year ago, it just took me into this. Oh, that's my cat, Bruce Wayne. It just took me somehow to the gym, and I just fell in love with it, and then I kind of just dove in head first. So
right on. Cool. So you said you're a sponsored athlete. So you're a part of a team. I'm not too familiar with the whole series. I have a cousin who competes, and I've had a few friends that compete. But kind of talk about how that process came about, how that happened.
So I think when everyone kind of starts working out and they realize that like, okay, this is what I want to do. Kind of like the goal is to, you want to be sponsored, you want to compete, you want to win, you want to be a pro, you want to do, there's like different milestones.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I first started working out, I would joke around with my my workout partner, who's like my best friend in the whole world. His name's Adam. He's also really into fitness. But we were like, wouldn't that be cool if we were sponsored and like we could just work out all day and like that would be the goal. But you never like, I don't know, I kind of didn't think it was going to happen. I was like, I don't know, we'll see. No big deal. But actually the CEO of Class Nutrition, who's based out of Bellingham, Washington, great company. He's so great. He reached out to me and he was like, pretty much we really like your content and your message and we think that you would be great to add to the team. And I actually had no idea what my role was within class until probably our second 1 hour long phone meeting. I talked to this, we just get talking and it's crazy. And then he was mentioning that he's like, oh no, you're like one of the top 10 athletes for us. Like, and I was like, what? Like I had no idea, honestly. I was kind of just like, oh, okay. So they send me things and I post it and it's cool. And then when I found that out, I was like, whoa, so this is happening. I was like, okay. So now there's 4 athletes in the state of Washington. We're all girls. They're great also. We all like interact with each other. And they're doing big things. They're going to be an up and coming company for sure. Their products are amazing. I definitely use them. I know a lot of people are like, oh, do sponsored athletes even use them? Yes, I use them. So yeah, it's great. I love it. I love being a part of a team and something bigger, and we all think the same way and operate the same way, which is amazing. So,
right on.
Yeah.
And so you're still working towards your first competition. Have you done one yet, or are you still working towards it?
No, my competition story is already very kind of ridiculous, but I kind of decided I wanted to compete about, when did I decide? Back in February. It was Leap Day. February 28th, I decided I was going to do my first competition. It was supposed to be in October. And I just woke up one day and I was like, I'm going to do it. I registered everything. And then I had like a pretty big tragedy happen literally the next day. And so I kind of fell off for a couple months. And then I decided, I was like, okay, I'm going to compete next season. So I started my prep for April about 2 months ago. And so I was doing a long prep, and then another thing happened at the beginning of November. So luckily, I was doing a very long prep, so I'm able to take a month off. But it will be my first competition the end of March, probably. Okay. So I'll get there.
Right. And so kind of go over what those competitions are all about and, what, it takes, like what the actual competition is.
Okay, so I will be. I don't know why I keep saying that. I'm like, I want. No, it's happening.
Yeah,
you gotta manifest your dreams,
That's
people. Right. But I'll be competing in the bikini fitness category. So that pretty much is, it's getting hot. That's pretty much like you want to have low body fat. It's all about shoulders and glutes and, imagine Sports Illustrated with a gnarly 6-pack. You know what I mean? So That's pretty much what you want to do. It's a lot of cardio. It's a lot of meal prep. It's a lot of sacrificing, going out with friends and drinking. And it's pretty much, I'll be doing I'm about a 14 to 16 week prep. Instead of the whole 20, that's a little bit unrealistic. I'm not going to lie. I kind of thought it'd be easier than it was at first. And keeping up with 6 months is just, you can't be that low of a body fat and you can't diet for that long without losing your mind. Believe me, right. You will look at rice and you'll literally hate it. You'll look at it and you'll be like, I hate the sight of rice. If anyone even mentions jasmine rice, I will literally no, it's not happening.
Right.
It's a lot of fine-tuning different parts of your body to look its absolute best. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. I mean, even the couple-month prep that I did, I definitely had a lot of mental struggles with it because your friends want to go out and have a cheeseburger and you can't because you
Right.
get one cheat meal a week
Right.
and you're like, okay, I can't eat that. Or you go to a restaurant, and I remember I went to Red Robin with my family and they were all eating cheeseburgers, and I had to get like a chicken breast with steamed broccoli and like all that stuff. And I'm like, they're literally eating everything I want to be eating.
Yeah.
I love food. Like, that's one thing about fitness girls. We love our food. But when you have goals, you gotta you gotta adjust your diet like 100%. And I was so angry. And that's when I realized, like, okay, I can't go out to eat with my family because I get hangry.
Right.
I do. So, but it's definitely a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of willpower.
Mm-hmm.
It's super easy to just fall off track for one day and then not get back. But it's
Right.
all about getting back up. Did I do 100% all the time? No. I mean, did I definitely sneak in some Taco Bell here or there? Absolutely. But did I feel so bad about it because I knew I was better than that? 100%. So it's definitely, it's a lot of work. And so I'll be glad when I finally get up on that stage and have it pay off. That's for sure.
Right. Yeah. I remember like playing football, and like you have all summer worth of like practices, and you have 2-a-days, and you have conditioning camps. You're like, this sucks. Why am I doing this? And then you get to your first game after like 4 months of practice, because football you practice for so long. Like you're working out in the summers and you're just practicing, and then you get to that first game. You're like, oh, okay, that's why it's worth it. So I know that'll happen for you too once you get on there. So for you, it's definitely the diet's harder than the fitness.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for me, the diet is way harder than the fitness. But, like, the funny thing about fitness is it's 80% diet. So,
Right.
for me, I will say when I first started my fitness journey, the diet came later. I am a firm believer in making small changes, which, magnify into large changes over time, which is what I did. I get questions all the time about how I got into it, how I learned everything about diet, and it's literally just like making those small changes. I remember I would lift heavy weight, and then I would eat like crap, and I was like, okay, well, I'm seeing changes, but I'm not getting the results I want, so let me figure out the diet portion of things. And that's when I started researching different kinds of diets, and I found I'm a believer for women, and some people might not agree with me, but honestly, whatever. I like high protein, high carb, low fat diets. The girls that are in there who want the booty gains, you got to eat your carbs. I mean, you got to eat them. So I pretty much I started doing that. I was like, well, that's what I want. I was like, I want to build lean muscle. And so I'm going to have to change my diet. It's just going to have to happen. And then you slowly fall in love with the challenge of dieting. That's what I did. It was like when I got into meal prepping, I was like, I love meal prepping. I literally have a whole day where I listen to music and just cook all my food for the week. I label everything. I'm a little OCD. But that kind of came with time. So, I mean, I see a lot of people who they go 0 to 100. And you can't do that.
Right.
You absolutely can't do that because that's not what I did. It's definitely not what I did. Yeah. And a lot of people think that's what I did, but no, that's not what I did. I changed, I gave myself intuitive dieting where I consciously ate somewhat better. And then I gave myself, a cheat weekend where I was like, I'm going to eat whatever I want on the weekend. Mm-hmm. And then I cut that down to one day. And then I added in meal prepping. And then I added in changing up, the seasonings I use, the type of creamer I use in my coffee. It's just, you got to make those small changes. And then, you'll get to eventually the point where eating healthy it feels better all around. Like when I'm not meal prepping or dieting, or if I don't have a plan, I feel like crap. I do, because my body is now used to it. But that didn't happen overnight. So, yeah.
And have you got to that point where, because I feel like it's important for doing anything, not just especially for fitness, but for most things. We're also focused on like the destination and the end game where we want to get to this point, but we don't embrace and love the struggle to get there. Like we hate the struggle, but then that's I think that's what it should be about. You should love the work and love the terrible things even though terrible might not be a good word, but I think if you love the things it takes to get there, that's what makes it all more enjoyable, and that's when you're doing something you love. Have you found that you're in that place, or are you still searching for that?
I definitely I love the hard work. I think that's what made me fall in love with fitness, I will say. Definitely everything I do, I kind of go 100 speed ahead just in life in general. But with fitness, it was kind of like, for me, I loved getting in there and just getting down to the nitty gritty. That's what I really enjoyed about it. I kind of I'm one of those people that I don't believe you get anything in life easy, and I believe you have to earn it. And that's 100% what fitness is about. I remember one of my goals when I started was I want shoulders, which is like the weirdest thing. Like, people are like, you want shoulders? I'm like, yes, because like my arm, legit, I had no muscle definition in my arm. I had nothing. And I saw all these girls. I didn't. I was like, oh man, like what happened? I saw all these girls with shoulders, and the hard work to even get my shoulders to the point they're on, like I loved every minute of it. Every minute of learning, like, oh, I can do 10 pounds now instead of 5. Like, oh, I can do 15 instead of 10. And when you just hit a PR, or like, you know that you pushed yourself and your body so hard to even get to that point. Hey, Bruce Wayne, what are you doing? But my deadlift, I remember I walked in the gym and I learned how to deadlift for the first time, and I was like, it'd be cool to do 135 one day. And I literally grinded it out, and I hit 135 in like 2 months. And I was like, a girl had never deadlifted before. And I was like, wow. Like, if you literally just work hard, you'll get things. And so that's what, I definitely love it. I love the sweat. I love the feeling sore. I love all of it.
Right. Is it so? I find out whenever I work out, there's some burns that I love, and I'm like you. I love the shoulder burn. Like, I want my shoulders to be like Brock Lesnar. That's what I always thought, and I was like, that's never gonna happen. But but is there like one workout that you dread, and like one that you love to do? Like, I love doing shoulders as well, because I love the way the burn actually feels. But then I'll do things like I hate doing legs, obviously, like a lot of people. But like, it's because I don't like the way it burns. Like, when it burns, it doesn't feel like if I'm doing, or like abs the same way too. Like, abs has a certain burn where I'm like, I'm going to throw up. But
I don't like abs really. But you have to have a stable core for like any other workout that you do. I hate chest day. I do not like it. That is like one thing that I legitimately hate more than anything. Because like, I don't like feeling like a bus is sitting on my chest when I wake up the next day. I don't like it. But here's the thing, you got to do it, because otherwise your back will be stronger than your chest, and then you'll look like a hunchback, and people will be like, what's wrong with you? Like, oh, well, I skipped chest day. You know what I mean? Just like if you skip leg day and you're this big dude, and all the chicks are going to laugh at you because you're walking around with little legs, But I can't stand chest day. I don't like it. No.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like like with a lot of dudes, it's probably like their favorite, because it's like, it's like mostly like power lifts, and it's like, look how much I can bench and all that stuff. Yeah, you definitely see a lot of that in the gym. I love the ego guys, that's for sure. They're great in there. And I always hate whenever I'm at the gym, like, I always have my headphones on. I'm just trying to do my thing. I'm not very social at the gym, and I hate it when people are like, hey, can you spot me? Just because I'm a big dude. Like, they think I want to spot. Like, I don't.
Oh, damn it.
I guess. Like, it's not like I was doing anything, but all right. Awesome.
I generally am like the hat down low, headphones on, nobody talk to me.
Yeah.
Person that works out, so. Yeah, I don't get people asking me to spot them usually.
It's good. You stay to yourself and get your work done. So you said you're a personal trainer. That's fairly recent, right?
Yeah, that's extremely recent. I actually just got nationally certified like a month ago.
Right on. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And that's quite a process, right? Can you kind of go through that? You have to take classes and stuff like that?
So a lot of you could do it through university. Everybody does it differently. I did online classes through the National Academy of Sports Medicine. And I also did my NCST. And so pretty much it's just a lot of online lectures, anatomy, physiology, exercise science, conditioning, a whole lot of it. It was definitely a lot harder than I thought it was going to be because I know how to work out. Yeah, I get these results for myself, so this will be easy. Yeah, no, you had to memorize like every muscle in the body and, what to do if your client has osteoporosis and they are old and they have blood pressure issues. And it's definitely like a lot more intense than I think a lot of people even realize. I didn't know, so I was surprised. That's for sure.
How long did that process take? Like, how long did you have to do the online classes and stuff like that?
Oh, it's kind of a self-guided thing. I was told like around 6 months. That's how long it takes. I did it in 2.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I just kind of did it. But like, I was being kind of pushed to do it faster, just because my gym approached me for the opportunity to work there. As they really needed a female personal trainer, and they, I guess, really wanted me to do it. So I was like, well, I'm getting it done. And I was like, fine, I'll get it done faster, whatever.
That's good. So you kind of already had a job lined up. I
did, I did. It was, they approached me and asked me to do it. And I was like, well, I'm currently working on it. So now I train at the gym I walked into and had no idea what I was even doing in there. So it's kind of crazy how that happened too. I don't know. I'm just in this weird world of everything's happening, and I'm like, whoa.
I love that. I love when that happens because it's cool. Like that was for me too. Like with acting, like it happened on accident. Like I took an acting class by accident, and then here I am, 7 years later, and I'm living in Hollywood and doing whatever. But I think it's really interesting how that happens, and it kind of, for me, it just like it hit me. I was like, oh my gosh, like finally something. To like wake up for. I never had that before. I never had something that I like loved, and I was like, oh, this is what I want to do with my life. I was always kind of just floating around doing what was quote unquote easy or safe, but then I was like, I'm not happy that way, and I think it's important to wake up and do something you love to be happy. That's the most important thing. So for you, is that where you're kind of at now? Is it like when this all happened to you, you're like, oh, this is the path I want to take, and this is what drives me and gets me up in the morning?
For sure. I don't know. I can go on rants about this stuff forever.
Yeah. Go for it.
Definitely, it's what made me kind of find myself again, for sure. And I kind of thought like, I was like, oh, well, I don't know what I do. Because here's the issue is that, like, I've done a lot of things that I liked. I was like, I like this. Maybe I'll do this. But there was nothing that I found that made me feel as alive as when I went in the gym and I pushed myself. And then once I started seeing the results, and then once people started noticing them, and then once I started getting messages from people saying, like, hey, can you give me advice? Or like, oh my gosh, you work so hard, you motivate me. I think that's what gets me up in the morning. It's not so much me or my personal gains. It's the fact that, like, I'm literally I do this for other people more than myself, I will say at this point. When I first started, I did this completely for myself, and I still do. But the fact that now I'm realizing the effect that my actions have on, like, say, the girl who feels lost or the girl who doesn't know herself, and I have them reaching out to me, that's what wakes me up in the morning, is that, like, I have people that I have to, prove right about what I'm capable of, and hopefully that will make their lives better too. So it's what I'm passionate about, and it's what I love to do. And if I could wake up in the morning and be at the gym all day, I would. I mean, I never leave the gym. I honestly, like, I'll work out and I'll sit at the front desk for like 2 hours. I love that place. I love the sounds that come out of there. I love the people there. Everyone there is so nice and motivating. And I think there's a lot of misconceptions about the people who are into fitness, saying that they're all narcissistic or like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, there's a lot of common misconceptions, but like, the thing is about, like, some of those people in there became like my best friends. So it's like, it's just waking up and knowing that you're doing something that can not only better the way you feel about yourself and the way you look is just a bonus. It's just a bonus. Because I honestly, like, I couldn't care if I ever got a six-pack. Honestly, I never thought I'd get one. I was like, I'm never going to get a six-pack, and I'm okay with that. As long as I love myself, that's what matters. And to be able to, like, do what I'm doing and kind of influence other people to start loving themselves more, I think that's more what I'm passionate about than anything else. So
that's awesome.
There it is.
That's great. And I think, I believe that you get more when you give back, and it seems like you're big on giving back, and you always have a positive message and stuff like that. So that's really awesome. Now, kind of going back to the competition stuff, you mentioned before, like, the goals you have for the competitions and stuff like that, maybe turning pro and stuff like that. Can you talk about that process a little bit? Because I know it's like you have to do some competitions and you have to earn a pro card and stuff like that. I'm not too familiar about it, but I know a few things.
So pretty much my course of action is to go a smaller show than a national show and then compete on a national level. The thing about pro cards is you can get it your first two shows. You can get it, it might take you 8 or 9. It all kind of depends on what the judges are looking for. If your prep went right, if you're conditioned. So I kind of plan on taking it like more of like maybe a smaller show than a national show, then competing nationally route. My best friend, she actually is nationally qualified. And so our goal is we're going to turn pro together. So it's good. You got to surround yourself with people who have like-minded goals. Because if you don't, then you're pretty much you're kind of screwing yourself over, to be honest. Because if you have friends that want to go out all the time or want to drink all the time or don't understand why you're in the gym for 3 hours a day, it's just going to be really hard. Because getting to that pro level, it's difficult. It's not easy. It's a lot of sacrifice. But so pretty much like if you compete at a smaller show, just get your get your bearings a little bit because it's a lot of like stage presence and, routines and posing and making sure your hair and makeup is right and making sure that you didn't eat 4 Snickers the week before. You drank all your water during peak week and you pretty much like dehydrate your body to the point where you're the most vascular and the most lean that you're going to get. And then you step up on stage and you hope to God that the judges like you. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And then you go national, which is, of course, even more girls. And some of the girls might be competing, for years and they haven't, been nationally qualified. You never know who your competition's going to be. So you pretty much just have to prepare the best you can, hope that you qualify for nationals, and then go to a national competition and hope that you're more prepared than everyone else and you did your best and get your pro card. It's possible for anyone, really. Anybody can get a pro card. It's just how much you want it. So I didn't really think of turning pro until recently. And I was like, you know what? Yeah. Why not me? I can go pro. I can be like, Shannon Henry. I can be like Courtney King. Why can't I be the next Courtney King? But you can. You just have to work for it. So that's the plan. I don't know. Maybe 2019 I'll get my pro card. Maybe 2018. You never know. Maybe they'll mail one next week.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. And is this something like do you compete against like other people your age, or is there like age categories and stuff where you can be doing this for a long, long time, but like you don't have to like when
Yes, there's women who compete at like 50 years old.
Wow.
I went to a competition in October and they have different height classes and age categories. They have novice bikini, they have masters. If you're into fitness and you've even like somewhat kind of thought about competing, go to a show because like you'll be surprised. Like you'll be like, whoa, like there's people up there who look like they've been doing it forever. And then there's the girl who just did it to boost her confidence. But guess what? She's up there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's definitely like if you're even wary or overwhelmed or even think like, no, I couldn't do that, go to a show, because I went to my first one and I was so fired up. I was like, oh, I want to be up there. Yeah, I'm going to do that because there's height classes. So what they do is every show is somewhat different. So The one I went to, they broke you up into different height classes. So you compete against the girls who are in your height class, and then you can win for your class. And then there's overall. Okay. So goal is always to do overall, but there's different awards for different classes, and then there's an overall winner. And usually the overall winners are the ones who like become nationally qualified or get the pro card, or, so, but I mean, anyone can do it. I mean, I think I saw a lady up there who I think was just doing it just to prove her kids right that she could do it or something. I mean, you got to believe in yourself. That's about it.
Right on. And is this something that like for me, like as much as I love being at home, I pretty much had to come to LA to do what I wanted to do. Like this is just where the business is. For this is a national thing. You could pretty much be anywhere, or is there kind of like once you do turn pro, is there kind of like, oh, this is like the mecca of it, like the center, like to move to New York or LA or something like that, or is it something that you can just do anywhere and be pro?
Can do it anywhere. There's really competitions anywhere, and there's only like, I would say, I don't know exactly how many, but there are like the national shows where you would have to travel to go compete in them. Right. National shows in California and Vegas and Orlando. I think Miami, there was just, I think it was junior nationals in Miami. And I know people that like flew out there from, San Diego or Vegas, and they flew out there and competed in junior nationals in Miami. So you can live anywhere, really. It's just a matter of, it is expensive. I'm not going to lie. Competing's expensive, especially if you get into the whole traveling and hotel rooms, and, some of these competition bikinis cost like, thousands of dollars. Wow. It's crazy. But yeah, you can pretty much do it anywhere. I think there is always, for people in bodybuilding and fitness, there's always that one hub that everyone kind of wants to end up at, and that would be Gold's in Venice Beach. Yeah. That's the Mecca. I mean, so you can just run into Arnold Schwarzenegger there still.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've been there many times. It's, and just like, not in it, obviously, but like, just like down at the beach on the boardwalk, and that place is crazy.
The place is nuts, but I think the goal, I think if you lived in, California and worked out at the Mecca every day, every bodybuilder would be freaking happy, Right. You don't have to. There's you can do it anywhere. You can really do it anywhere. There's bikini pros that live in, the middle of nowhere, like Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? So you can really do it anywhere.
Right on. So do you think you have, I hate asking this question because I never know. Because I think, kind of like you, things have happened by accident. I kind of just roll with the punches, and as long as I'm doing what I love, and I just take what comes and take it where it goes. But do you have like a 5-year plan, or like what you hope for your future? Like with competitions and with this new being a personal trainer, and kind of what you're looking forward to.
I guess you could say it's hard because I have these big ideas in my head of where I want to be, but set in stone anything, absolutely not. I kind of just want to see where this ride kind of takes me, because I'm kind of just going with it right now. But I've thought, I'll open my own gym one day, or I've thought I'll turn pro and maybe I'll be like one of those sponsored athletes at the Olympia, or I've thought compete at the Olympia. You know what I mean? There's all these things that when you're really into it, you think about oh my God, I want to be on stage at the Olympia, standing next to all these women that I've looked up to. Or, even just being sponsored by someone BPI or Ghost, or something like that. Those are goals. And I think almost everybody who really makes this a life thinks about doing those things. But for me, my 5-year plan is to I just want to be happy. That's all I want. It's so simple. Everyone's like, really? I'm like, yeah, because I have no other, you can control what you can control, and you can't other things. And so what I can control, I hope to achieve. And at the end of the day, I just hope to be happy. That's all I want. But would I like to compete in the Olympia and be a sponsored athlete for BPI Sports? Absolutely.
Hey, it's a good goal to have. You want it, you can do it. Kind of, real quick, if anyone's listening and they're like they're trying to get into fitness, maybe not as extreme as competing or whatever, but just trying to get healthier, what's like your like first like your tips just to like get started and start to get healthier?
Okay, start to get healthier. I would say, there's a couple big ones. Just get in the gym. That's about it. Get in the gym. No one is going to look at you and think that you don't know what you're doing. I thought that. I was like, I'm going to go in there and everyone's going to be like, who's this chick? She has no idea what she's doing. Just get in there because everyone's there to improve themselves. No one's looking at you or judging you. And if they are, they're jerks and you're better than them anyway. So who cares? Secondly, I would say don't be so hard on yourself at first. I remember when I first started and I would look at myself in the mirror for the first couple months, I'd be like, I don't see those crazy results like the girls on Instagram. Guess what? They don't happen overnight, and the girls on Instagram all started somewhere. So you can't be too hard on yourself. Don't give up at the beginning just because you're not getting the overnight results that you were hoping for, because that will not happen. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. Your butt's not going to grow overnight. It's just not going to happen. I would say, just every day, if you didn't hit it, 100% the night before, every day, try to make it 5% better. So in the beginning, when I started, I remember I'd be like, oh my God, I ate a whole pizza last night. Like stuff like that. But today, maybe focus on not eating the whole pizza. Have a slice instead of 20. You know what I mean? Just do like 5% better every day, which will lead you to 100% better over time. And that's something that I tell everyone. Like you can't expect results if you're constantly beating yourself up over stuff that you cannot change.
Right.
I slip up. I mean, do I drink whiskey? I love whiskey. I drink whiskey. Should I drink whiskey for my diet? Absolutely not. But if I have whiskey the day before, I'm like, okay, I'm not drinking for a week now. You know what I mean? Like just readjust your goals as they come. You don't always, no one's 100% of the time. No one's. I'm not. And I admit that. I'm like, I'm not 100% of the time. I like donuts. I like food. But tomorrow, wake up and do better. Just promise yourself better and do better. And over time, you'll be like, wow, like, I don't even feel bad for eating that Taco Bell because I ate salads and I ate, ground turkey for 8 days straight. And then I ate Taco Bell, so I'm good. Like treat yourself. That's another one. Treat yourself. If you're doing good and you're out at the movies and you want nachos, have the freaking nachos. You know what I mean? Just eat them. Yeah. And then another thing I would say is don't be embarrassed to share your progress on social media. Do because I think that's one thing. I do get asked by girls a lot saying like, well, my body doesn't look like someone who works out. Who cares? Who cares? If you want to share it and you're proud of yourself, be damn proud of yourself. I think that's one of the common things. People are going to judge you no matter what you do. They are. So if you're loving yourself and loving what you're doing and you're all about it, then put it out there. Be proud of yourself because you should be proud of yourself. And then research. I always say research. I did a lot of self-research. There's great outlets like Instagram's great for workout videos, hashtags. My Instagram, I post workout videos. I post diet tips. What I did is I removed all the people that did not fit my goals, meaning like celebrities and people like that. Like, if you look up to, I'm so bad at like knowing who the current cool people are. Remove them from my life. So I'm like, if you look up to Kylie Jenner because she's got a fake ass or whatever, like great, keep her on there so you constantly see Kylie Jenner because you want to be like her. I put all the people that inspire me on my Instagram feed and I removed everyone else that was irrelevant. I don't follow any of the big name rappers. I don't follow any of the people that don't add to my goals because think about social media nowadays is you pull up your Instagram, you pull up your Facebook, you pull up your Snapchat, you pull up whatever. And as much as we all like to think that we don't, we all compare ourselves to other people.
Right.
We do. So what I did is I unfollowed all the people that didn't fit into the life that I wanted. Like, do I want to have a Rolls Royce? Rolls Royce? I can't even talk. Don't be like me. Take your grammar class.
And you just have rice on the brain. All you eat is rice. That's what you can think about.
I know, seriously, all I do is rice. But like, do I want like a Rolls Royce that's going to be impounded like Tyga? No. So I'm going to unfollow him. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. And then I followed people like Courtney King. She's amazing. She is like an angel and she's one of my idols for sure. I followed people like Nikki Blackketer. I follow people like Sheena James. I follow people like, Mr. Olympia 08, who he's won the Olympia multiple times. I follow supplement companies. I follow inspirational pages. I follow other girls who might be just starting their journey, but they're still on the journey. I follow, obviously friends and family and stuff like that. But for the people who aren't in my direct life, I put that all on my Instagram so that every single day when I scroll through my feed, I'm not seeing people out getting drunk and partying and doing that stuff. I see the girls who are in the gym busting their butts because I'm like, that's what I want to be like. And then, so you just got to surround yourself with what you want, or immerse yourself with what you want, because that'll make your life 100% easier. If you wonder why you start a crash diet and then you fall off of it, it's because maybe your mind is in it, but you're not putting 100% of your mind in it. And that's what changed for me. So if you're just starting out and you want to get healthy, remove all the unhealthy stuff that you don't want in your life and surround yourself with the ideal life that you do want. Whether it be girls who have bodies that you wish you had, well, you can have it. You might have to look at it every single day until you do, but at least that'll push you to go get it. And that's what I did. And it 100% helped. 100%. Yeah, I would say that.
All right. Well, the last question that I ask all of my guests when they come on, because this podcast is about doing what you love and following your dreams and not letting other people tell you, you can't. So to the listener out there who I was in their shoes, who might be thinking, oh, I'd love to be, I'd love to do this, but then it's not for me. I'd love to be an artist, but, I'm not good enough. Or I'd love to be a doctor, but I'm not smart enough. Or, they have all this, that, and the other excuses. What would you say to that person? What advice would you say to that person who might have a dream but doesn't know really how to follow it?
Oh, okay. I'm like, oh, this is That's the deep question.
Yeah, that's right. It's the last question I ask all my guests.
All your guests.
Because you're out there following your dreams, and it's kind of like, what advice do you have for someone who might be 15 years old who says, oh, I'd love to do this, but I don't know how to do it, or not for me. What do you say to that person?
I have very few principles that I live my life by. Which I know people will be like, you have few principles? Yes, because there's really only a couple that really matter to me. Everything else is kind of just added into being a good person. So I believe life is short. I believe it's incredibly short. And I believe that if you find something that sets your soul on fire, who the hell is to tell you not to do it? Because if you wake up in the morning and you're not happy with your life, the only person that can control that is yourself. And I did not get to living the life that I ultimately wanted until I stopped letting those other people tell me what I could and couldn't do. Because I've had a lot of people tell me, oh, it's stupid. Like, oh, you're going to get too buff. Oh, you're going to, I've had my fair share of people tell me that, I'm annoying for posting so much about fitness. Or I'm like, you know what I mean? But the whole point is, at the end of the day, who matters? Do you matter, or do other people matter more than you? Because I guarantee you they're not sitting there thinking about your feelings about their decisions. So why would you sit there and think about, their feelings on your decisions? Everything in life, you can work for it. And if you want to go out tomorrow and you want to go apply for a job doing the dream career that you ever did, go do it. Because what if they say yes? What if it works for you? Because, if I would have sat in the gym and be like, oh, I'm just going to work out, but I really love this, but, oh, that'd be cool to do that. Like, I wouldn't be where I am today, because what if people started saying yes to you? That's all. And if they say no, okay, well, you tried. You know what I mean? You tried, and you get back up tomorrow and you try again. And I think why not? Just why not? I mean, it's 2017. You can do absolutely anything. You literally can. I mean, you can get on Instagram, you can start a YouTube channel, and you can start posting videos, and you might not get recognized right away, but all those people that you look up to on YouTube, they started exactly where you are right now.
Right.
You sound like they all did. All those fitness people I looked up to, they started exactly where I was. I was someone who was tired of my own shit, who wanted to feel better, and then I fell in love with it. Always say yes. That's another one of my principles, is always say yes. And if someone offers you an opportunity, I mean, say yes. I think 3 weeks ago, I had someone go, oh, I had a helicopter cancellation. You want to go up in a helicopter? I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? Experience life. Did I have to rearrange things to make it happen? Yes. But it's all about experiencing life. So if your goal is to be an artist and you're sitting in your room and you have these sketches that your family has told you over and over again, oh my God, they're so amazing, you should sell these, start an Etsy account. Why not? I mean, if you're embarrassed to tell people about it, well, you shouldn't be, because it's what makes you happy. And if they're happy for you, then they genuinely will be happy for you. Just start something and work towards your goals, because life is too short to live in the same mundane 9-to-5 miserable life that everybody wants. And it's 2017. You can do anything you want. I know professional cuddlers. I know that because they're on Got Talent. So there's people.
That is insane.
Right? You can do it. You can do it. I don't know. That's all you can do it. Believe in yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself enough to say yes to your dreams and to go and chase them.
Right on. That's awesome. It's a great message. Thank you so much for joining us. You have a positive message. Where can we follow you on Instagram? Because you have a lot of positive stuff on Instagram, and it's a great message.
I am Coco Ray on Instagram, CoCoRayee, and I will never make myself a fit Instagram because I don't post only fitness. I believe in posting everything. So, but yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't have Facebook, don't have any of that, just Instagram. I try to upload workout videos. Most of them are glute-based workout videos for ladies.
So yeah, ladies, if you're trying to work on those glutes, it's a good place to start.
Those glutes, I give you a lot of tips. I try to share positive things in my stories every day. And you need help, shoot me a message.
There you go. So definitely follow her. I'll put the link to her Instagram in the description so you can click it instead of having to type it if it's easier for you. But thank you so much for coming on. It's been amazing talking to you and kind of hearing your story. And it's a different story than I have on this podcast most of the time. So it was really great to hear. You're a beautiful person inside and out, and really rooting for you. Thanks for coming on. We're gonna have to have you back on after you do your competition, and we'll
myself for the games.
Yeah, we'll have you back on and see how far you've come. But thanks so much for being on. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. All right, stay tuned, guys. We have the rest of the podcast coming right up.
On December 1st, witness the beginning of a new gaming channel featuring 2 dudes. One, a TV personality and comic seen on various television programs, including The Tonight Show. The other won a grill from Wayne Brady.
You ready to do this?
Let's do
We
it.
need to succeed for the people.
Back live from my studio apartment.
Right.
In action.
There will be happy times.
Oh yeah! Woohoo! There you go. You won.
Yes!
Told you.
There will be angry times.
First eliminated.
They got mad hot.
Many angry
That's
times.
not fair. Even now, at my age now, I still shout, "That's not fair" when I die.
No!
Oh, monkey.
Oh, what? No! God! I'm done! I'm done! Forever!
Sorry about Tony.
But no matter what, it's always a good time hanging with these guys when Jeff and Tony play.
Oh yeah! You wanna play some video games?
Let's do it!
Let's do this.
Subscribe today.
What's up?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? How was your Thanksgiving? How was your, holiday?
Everything was great. Everything was great. Lots of family and good food and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
But now I'm standing in front of my Christmas tree that I want to decorate, and it's, the one that comes with the lights already on it.
Uh-huh.
And I have about 30 lights that work.
Uh-oh.
It's very sad. I'm like, oh, do I go buy a new one? I think I'm just going to go get lights and put it on the tree.
Well, can't you, it's usually one light. If you fix the one light, it'll turn on the other ones?
Your dad spent many hours trying to figure out why this tree has this problem to where we don't know. I think they just sell them that way, so every 3 years you have to get a new one.
Yeah,
I really
true.
do.
That's how everything works.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to that ambulance or fire truck that just went by. I don't know if anybody heard that, but that was loud. But yeah, I'm excited. I'll be home in a few weeks. I'm excited for that.
Yes.
That'll be good.
I'm very excited too. Oh, I do have to clean that back room for you though.
Yeah. Gotta get it ready. But yeah, we've this week we're calling on you again for some advice.
Oh.
My buddy Danny actually asked this question a while ago, and it was like 2 weeks ago, and we didn't have an episode last week because it was Thanksgiving, so he's been waiting on pins and needles for an answer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of a scenario, and he needs some advice on how to handle the situation. So here we go. Here's the situation he got himself into. So he's a mailman, right? And he sent me this before Thanksgiving. So he said it's Thanksgiving tomorrow. But he said around the holidays, it's fairly normal for people to leave him goodies, as, a thank you for bringing the mail.
Right.
And that day there was a batch of cookies in a Tupperware hanging out of a mailbox. Okay. So he grabbed it. It said Happy Thanksgiving. He threw it in his bag. He ate everything, within the hour or whatever, and it was delicious. He was very excited.
Yeah.
He gets home and he looks at the Tupperware, and it turns out that he could be wrong.
Uh-huh.
That he thinks that maybe those weren't for him. They were made for the actual homeowner whose mailbox it belonged to. So someone brought cookies for the homeowner, and he took them thinking it was for him. Mm-hmm. But he ate them. So he doesn't know what to do, because there's two scenarios playing out in his head. He can return the Tupperware with a thank you note, right? And then the homeowner, who, if they didn't send the cookies, is like, what? What is this Tupperware? What's this thank you note? And they don't know. Or he can do nothing, and they're none the wiser that they had delicious cookies sent to them that they didn't receive. But the problem there is, if they did send him the cookies, they're like, well, why hasn't our mailman gave us our Tupperware? And now he's not going to get any more delicious cookies from this family, because they'll think he's an ungrateful bastard like he is.
Yeah.
So he needs some advice. He needs to know what's the play. What's the move? What does he got to do?
My first thought is for him to not reveal anything. That's my first instinct.
Right.
Because, it didn't say, dear mailman, here's some cookies. Thank you for your hard work.
Right. And he says it's a sweet old lady too, which is trouble, because it's like he'll feel.
Okay, well, that kind of maybe, can't he go to her with his hat in his hand, and just say, ma'am, I found, tell a story. I found these cookies, and they were fabulous, by the way, and I'm assuming they were from you, but if not, I need to know, because maybe they were really for you, and I feel really bad. And she'd probably love on him,
That's true. I think what he's
either
most.
that, or he just doesn't ever, he could pretend. I mean, who knows? Somebody came by and stole those cookies.
Right, but I think what he's saying is these cookies from the sweet old lady were so delicious that he doesn't want to ruin the opportunity for more cookies. So if
he can not ruin that opportunity without. Because you think if she doesn't get the bowl back,
and there's no if he doesn't return the Tupperware and like say thank you, then she's like, all right, well screw this mailman, I'm not making him any more cookies.
No, I think my personal opinion is that when you give away, cookies or whatever to somebody that, like a mailman or a UPS guy or whatever that comes by often, you give it away in something that you don't expect to get back.
Right.
You really don't expect to get back, which kind of surprises me that it was Tupperware, because a lot of people like to keep their own. But if you really cherish your really good cookies, you put them in a Tupperware,
that's
because
right.
it keeps them good.
Yeah.
But, I think he's just really sweet for losing sleep over this. But I think he should leave the little old lady, bring her some cookies. But not in the Tupperware.
And say,
don't give them back in that Tupperware.
Right. I think you're onto something when he said, if he just goes in and he explains the situation.
Just hat in hand, bring her some flowers, bring her something, Yeah.
And say, hey, there was these cookies. I thought they were from you, and they were delicious. And if I hope so, that's the case. Thank you so much. If I ate your cookies, I'm real sorry. Here's a.
I feel really bad.
Yeah.
It's like I got to thinking. He just needs to tell her the story, and she might even get a really good laugh out of it.
Right, and this might bring him more cookies in the future.
Exactly. That is one way, and I got to tell you, if she gets all cranky and mad, you don't want any cookies from her anymore anyway. You know that she probably wasn't the one who... they probably were for her if she doesn't appreciate the story.
Right. All right.
I think then... Hey, it's out in the open. It was an honest mistake. It wasn't like he stole them on purpose.
Right.
And it might be interesting to find out the real purpose of those cookies. I'd love to, if he does decide to tell her, I want to know.
Yeah, we got to get a follow-up.
What was the real purpose of those cookies?
Right. We're going to definitely have to have a follow-up with
absolutely
with Danny and hear the answer. Because, I'm on, this is like a classic whodunit. I'm very invested in this.
I'm on pins and needles
about
this.
I just watched Murder on the Orient Express last night.
Oh, I can't wait to see that movie. Is it going to be worth it?
I loved it.
Awesome, because if you loved it, I know I will.
Yeah,
more.
And, so I'm definitely in detective mode. And so I'm excited to hear the answer to this.
So what is it that we've decided that he should do?
Go in with hat in hand, explain that I thought these cookies were for me, I ate them, they were delicious, and see if she's like, oh yeah, no, those were for you. Then it's great. Thank you so much. These were amazing. And if they were like, she's like, what? No, I didn't put any cookies. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought they were for me. Here's some flowers or something.
Or he could give her the Tupperware.
That too. Well, yeah, he's got to give her that back. And she's like, no, this isn't mine. Then we know. But
yeah, that's how I think that, and I would just love to know who those cookies were for. I don't know, because I would have put to the mailman. But then again, why would I put cookies in a mailbox without, you know what I mean? It's like I think they'd be for him.
Right, but here's the thing. We're missing a few pieces to the puzzle that only Danny knows, is this a complex? Is this a doorstep? Like, if they were for this old lady, you would think whoever left these cookies for this old lady would leave it on her doorstep or something like that. But not if it's like, maybe it's a complex. Maybe things go missing. You know what I mean? Where you don't leave stuff on doorsteps because people take packages or whatever. So that could be the piece. We don't know. Does this lady live in a complex or does she live at home? We need more evidence.
You really have gotten into the detective thing.
But I still think that solution, that's going to be the best case. One way or the other, Danny's got to go knock on that door. Maybe when he's delivering a package, he gets a chance where he can kind of throw it into conversation and not have it be its own, its own.
Just he should take her mail one day.
Right.
You know, I'm bringing you your mail today, but you know, I wanted to bring this up.
Yeah. And
you know,
and then you know, just honesty and hopefully.
And he'll probably make a friend forever.
Right, and
You'll
I think
love him.
And I think best case scenario is the cookies were for him, and she will appreciate his honesty and the fact that he came back. That she will, you know,
to make sure.
Right, and there will be more cookies in your future, my friend.
Yes, especially if that's his goal is to get more cookies. I think that's his best bet.
All right, there you go, Danny. There's the advice you needed. There's the advice you needed.
Oh,
So.
and by the way, I wanted to congratulate you on your new venture that you and Jeff Dye.
Right, yeah, I talked about that a little bit on the earlier.
Yeah, well, as
earlier
your
in the
mom,
podcast.
I watched a little bit of his Better Late Than Never.
Yeah.
It's hysterical.
Right.
People should watch that.
Right.
But I just wanted to tell you that I'm so excited because he seems awesome.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's funny dude. Good,
Yeah.
good buddy. Yeah, I'm excited. So, yeah, and that's first episode will be out tomorrow of our little gameplay.
I'm going to be watching it.
Right on. Well, thanks, Mom.
And I don't even watch that kind of stuff.
Right,
but, hey,
I know. That's
I want to see Jeff die.
That's the thing.
I mean, I'm just kidding.
Jeez, thanks.
Kidding.
All righty. Anyways.
Okay, well,
thanks for
I've got some stuff to do.
Yeah, and thanks for you know, Danny was looking for advice, so he's gonna appreciate it. So thanks for.
You know, let me know.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a follow up to this.
I would love that.
We'll find out, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you in a few weeks. I'll be home, and you know, I'm excited to spend Christmas at home. So.
Can't wait.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you soon. I love you very much.
Okay, love you, kid.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. That's going to do it for this episode of Oh, You Didn't Know with me, Tony Reavis. Man, it was a good episode. Danny, you got your answer. Take our advice. My mom, she knows. She knows things. So listen, go knock on the door. Truth will set you free. But thanks for my mom coming on, giving some advice to my buddy Danny. He was in real pickle there. Kind of put our detective caps on and figured it out. So hope that works for you. We gotta know. I'm gonna call you after this all goes down, and we want to hear a report of how it went down. So we're gonna be in touch to hear the end of that story to make sure it has a happy ending. So good luck, man. Good luck. Godspeed. Thanks to Courtney. Thank you, Courtney, for coming on the podcast and talking to us about your story and your journey into the fitness world. And, she's doing amazing things, guys. So make sure you guys follow her on Instagram at Coco Ray. It's in the description, spelled out and everything. You can click it so you can send it right to her. She has great content on her Instagram. Positive message, all about positivity. That's awesome. I love that. Fitness tips, all that good stuff. If you're looking to get into fitness, that's a great person to look up to watch through her journey. So thank you again for coming on the podcast. It was amazing catching up and talking to you. But that's gonna do it for us, guys. Good to have a podcast on schedule. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I love you guys for listening. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure, again, you guys go to youtube.com/iamTonyReavis and subscribe so that you can stay tuned with all the other podcasts that we got going on and all the other videos I got. Make sure you go to Jeff Dye's YouTube page and subscribe because Jeff and Tony play out tomorrow. First episode, new journey. I'm so excited. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. If you're listening on SoundCloud, if you're listening on iTunes, subscribe so you know what's coming up. And all the episodes get uploaded right to you, so you know. But that's going to do it. Make sure you come back next week. Another awesome guest. Maybe 2 guests. Who knows? Stay tuned. I got a lot of cool stuff lined up. It's not Dwayne. It's not The Rock. Haven't talked about him in a few weeks. He's busy. He's doing stuff. You guys know. I don't have to tell you how busy this guy is. He's getting his new tattoo done, or he's doing press for his new movies, or he's shooting a movie, or he's doing Make-A-Wish Foundation stuff. He's an awesome guy, so I can't be mad at him. But you're gonna be on the podcast one day. You're gonna stop ducking me one of these days. But no, I'm gonna have an awesome show next week. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Make sure you stay tuned for Jeff and Tony Play at Jeff Dye. It's YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to that. Make sure you guys stay tuned for everything else I got going on. And I hope you guys have an awesome week. Hope you guys keep it real. Hope you're doing your thing. It's all about peace, love, and positivity. And I hope you guys are killing the game. And we'll see you next week. Have a good one. And remember, if you don't know, now you know. I am Tony Reavis. I'm out.